Alright, so YouTube Rewind came out 12 minutes ago. Alright, so, well, I wrote down my initial thoughts on this paper. These are my 2019 YouTube Rewind initial thoughts. Boy oh boy is there a lot to unpack, is what I thought when I first clicked on the video. First and foremost, we see YouTube acknowledging their mistakes and failures from last year's YouTube Rewind, with, of course, your yearly checkup of Casey Neistat in the YouTube Rewind. They then go on to show some more creepy ASMR, as well as a few other genres that became widely accepted this year, as well as the quirky side of YouTube with the teenagers and the wacky themed personnels that came up on their website. They then showed a list of the top 10 most liked videos this year, in contrast to the fact that YouTube had their own most disliked video on the platform last year, or rather of all time, that is. And I don't know if this was to close the decade by looping it back around, because the first YouTube Rewind was the same thing back in 2012, except rather than the most liked videos, they had the most viewed videos from that year. Maybe they were trying to go full circle with it, I don't know, it seemed kinda lazy to me. PewDiePie was in YouTube Rewind for the first time in years, though up until this point only as a top 10 contender for our list. And of course, MrBeast, who is one of, if not the most explosive creator this year, as well as being shown at the #1 spot. We see artists like Lil Nas, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, as well as the top 10 music videos, all of which who sucked up to the trending page this year. And no, I don't really hate any of these artists. I'm just a little salty in terms of the trending page this year, and the changes they made, or lack of changes that is. We also get the top 10 dancing videos, none of which that I've seen, sorry to say. Not that this is a bad thing, but I understand they were trying to diversify, so that there was something for everyone this year. I'll also give them a +1 for Fortnite, which is no shocker by any means, of course. Going on to acknowledge games this year, most notably Minecraft and its 100 billion views that it brought to the platform this year. As many refer to this time period as the Minecraft Renaissance. We love Minecraft! In addition to all of this, showing the beauty and makeup channels this year, which is also another genre which grew a lot this year. They gave a list of a bunch of brand new YouTubers this year, though the picks are definitely questionable because with the amount of newcomers this year that blew up, it's hard to grasp who they would want in Rewind, though I don't think this was a top 10 list if I'm not mistaken. Looking into it, it seemed that the only thing all these channels had in common was that they were drama-free and for the most part kid-friendly. YouTube gave out a list of the most viewed videos of this year, though that doesn't necessarily mean they were the most quality videos. As we found out from the past, this is a scandal that blew up earlier this year where a Russian channel botted almost 2 billion views on a video. Most viewed YouTubers this year, again talking about MrBeast's idea to plant 20 million trees by the end of the year, of course. David Dobrik and the 8 cars that he gave out, totaling over $1 million in giveaways. They go on to celebrate how PewDiePie hits 100 million subs this year, also going on later in the video to acknowledge that T-Series was the first actual channel to hit under 1 million. Their platform has brought a lot of diversity and different people to their platform, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but this is the same thing that, when done incorrectly, gave them the dislikes last year. They talk about BTS and K-pop, which is counterintuitive considering the first few seconds of the video. K-pop!
That is so awkward to watch.
The most disliked video in the history of YouTube.
I mean, hey, K-pop is always relevant now, so expect it to be going in every rewind from now on. In short, YouTube took the approach that I take when watching Netflix. They had so many options on what to do that they took the lazy approach and decided to do nothing. Now, I like YouTube, but after last year's Rewind's failure and the hype that they built up around this year, I didn't expect much and I was still kind of disappointed. They even emphasized how much they would do what we liked this year, but I didn't think that they would literally mean what we liked this year. In terms of literally liking a video, which if you haven't already, you know, maybe you want to hit no? Yeah, well, can you blame me for asking? And with all that being said, I'll see you guys next year. Maybe.